Page 169, Scarborough Fair. Very old piece of music. On pages 166 and 167, they're talking about the harmonic, D harmonic minor. D harmonic minor. D. Well, first, what's D minor? D minor is the relative minor of F major, for instance. Or if I wanted to know what the relative major is, I could just go up 3 half steps. So if I go from a D, I go 1, 2, 3. That tells me F major is the relative major. F major has 1 flat, therefore D minor has 1 flat. Yeah, has 1 flat. That's D minor. The harmonic minor, remember, just raises the 7th step. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So instead of that one, we just go up 1. Also, the 7th step is 1 less than 8, so I could have gone down 1 here. So it's here. Sounds cool. Go do my scale video on D minor. Do the 1 octave up and down. I explain everything in the video and the introduction to the scale video and all that. Do the wrist and the accents and the trill exercise, the whole bit. Now, as far as Scarborough Fair, let's look at this. They're introducing a new dynamic sign. I'll come back to that when I get to the dynamics. It's 1 page long. We got repeat signs, so it's almost like it's 2 pages long. Treble and bass clef. 3/4 time signature, 1 flat, so it's either F major or D minor. Remember, now we got to check. Well, you look at the end, and it's here, it's here. That's a D minor chord. We figure it's probably in D minor. Let's check our notes and rhythms and all that stuff, because we got interesting things going on here. The right hand at the beginning, or when the right hand comes in, is here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3, and then that's tied. So hold it out for 4 counts, and just reach up if you can. If your hand's not big enough for that, you got to move. But if you can, reach it. So the second line: 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2. B natural. So they have to give you a natural sign there, because there's a B flat in the key signature. It's a B flat anyway. Okay, and then that's tied, so it's 5 counts, and then you go on. And then the third line, third measure. You play in the first A, the A in the second measure with second finger, and then third measure. Again, we just take advantage of the repeated notes to change hand positions. So it's here. You cross over. And then go on, and at the bottom, cross over and stay there. So we ended up in this position, actually this position. And then the last 2 measures, it's an F and a D, except it has an 8/8 over it, so you play up here. And that'll make more sense in a minute. Left hand's just broken chords. You got the 1 chord. And I'll talk more about the primary chords in D minor a little bit later. But this is the 1 chord. It's in D minor. And you're just rolling it. At the end of the line, you got a C chord. Then back up. Second line, last 3 measures. That's a here. It's almost a 4 chord. A 4 chord really has a B flat emphasis. Okay. Just left hand's just broken chords. Put them together. Well, the first 2 measures, left hand alone, and then together here. Now remember, when I put the hands together, I'm just trying to get the notes at the same time to work. So it's here, so I'm going from here to here. So 1, 2, 3. Reach up. So there. So you ended up with a G chord. That's kind of nice. So you go through and put the hands together. Now when you get to the bottom on the repeat sign, and you're going to go back up, there's a reverse repeat sign, so you go back to there. But there's a note above the staff, 2nd time 8VA. So and it's only for the right hand, because it doesn't say both. If both hands went up, it should say both hands. Otherwise, it's only to the staff it's next to and the upper staff. So you're ending it here at the bottom, here. And then you're going to repeat back up. The left hand doesn't move, it stays here. You just move the right hand up. Just lift up and move. There's no rest or nothing. It's like lifting up to between phrases here, except this time when you lift up, you're also moving. No quick jerky motions or nothing, you just move. So you're ending the bottom here, then, and you're going to repeat, lift up. It's like I put in a quarter rest there. As I'm playing that, I lift it up. Now, there's no rest there, and it's really not intended to be rhythmic or nothing. You're just lifting up and moving. So, you know, I could lift up. It's a personal thing. You experiment with it. Just don't make it a long one. You know, that's too long. That's obvious there's a rest in there. We don't want a rest. We want sound all the way through. So yeah, just lift up and move. Now, as far as articulation goes, connect it. Lift up. You can follow the phrasing. Lift up. Lift up. So just follow the phrasing in the right hand. The left hand connect it all the way through. Just pretend there's a big old slur across the whole piece. Just connect it all together. No matter what the right hand is doing, connect the left hand. And that's a kicker sometimes because it's like in the second line. You're here. You're going to lift up here, but not here. So I'm connecting that, but I'm lifting up here. And lift up with the right hand, but not the left. So you're lifting up in one hand and not the other. That's good practice. It really is. Take my word for it, it's good practice. Then finally the dynamics. So this is where we get to this new dynamic sign they're giving you. Is a PP. PP means pianissimo. Another Italian word. It means very soft. It's not twice as soft as P. That doesn't work that way. It's just a little softer. So you have soft and very soft. It's like we had loud and very loud. Well, now we got soft and very loud. Now you can have more P's than this, so they're softer than this, but they're rare, or you won't run across them very often. So if you can get to where you can play very soft without using the soft pedal, that's cheating. No, got to learn to do it with the hands and the fingers. You'll be doing well. So at the beginning it tells you soft, and then they tell you medium soft. That's the melody of the right hand. The left hand stays soft. We want to hear the melody, and then in the second line you're going to go up to moderately soft and back down. Here. Here. Sort of a moderately soft. And this will die away on its own. You don't have to do anything. Just keep the left hand out of the way. Now you're moderately loud. And then come back down in the third line. Come back down to about a moderately soft. Because the E is going to die away on its own. You don't have to do anything. So just come down to moderately soft. Now you're soft. Like you were at the beginning. You'll have to decide what soft and loud is and all that junk. And when you repeat it, same thing. And then you're ending it at the end, very soft. Softer than anywhere you've been before. Soft, and the left hand has to be as soft as you can make it. All the time at the end when you're doing this, I want to hear this. Don't drown it out. So this is very soft. You can guess what this is. Very soft. Again, don't use the soft pedal. That's cheating. Do it with the hands. Then moderately slow. Well, we've had moderately slow before. It's just sort of slow. Not slow, sort of slow. And you may think of the one 2, 3. Is that really slow? It's not the speed of the beat we're after, it's the flow of the piece. 1, 2. If you're going to sing it, this is slow. Yeah, so that would be fine as far as the speed goes. It's a range. You have to feel how fast or slow you think it is. Then the last piece is we add the pedal. Well, first off, you don't need pedal on this piece. It sounds fine, just fine without it. As I say, when you learn a piece of music, always learn it without pedal first. So the fingers are doing, you can hear exactly what's going on. And then when you add the pedal, you can hear the difference in sound. Well, they want to add pedal on this. I'm not sure why, but they do. I guess it's the overtones and all. They want to color it. So, legato pedal. That sounds okay to you, go with it. I think it sounds terrible. I want to change it up a bit. If I'm going to use pedal, it's too smeary for me. It's too much. So here, this is fine at the beginning because it's all one chord. But I'm going to change it on each measure. Here, change. Because I want to lose this when I go to here. I don't want both of those notes. Lift it up with the right hand. I want to hear the phrasing in the second line. And again, I'm going to lift it up for the phrasing. Now at the end of the second line, when I lift it up here, I can keep it down. I don't need to change it again at the beginning. I don't need to change it that quickly because they're the same notes. I can keep them. Lift it up with a hand. I want to hear the phrasing. So forth. That's my impression of the pedal. I could make other little changes to it. It complicates it a little bit. I don't know how much you're struggling here. It's like when I lift the pedal up for the phrasing. Let's look at the second line here, where you're here. Well, that's not so bad because you're connecting. You're playing this connected. But go to the last end of the second line, where you're here. If I lift the pedal up, I lose. That's all I have. I lose that note. I'd like to keep the note. Well, I can keep the note if I finger pedal it. Finger pedaling is when you have the fingers do what the pedal would do. But for some reason, you can't have the pedal do it, so you have the fingers do it. The point is, I'm simply going to hold the note down. Because if I do that, it'll keep ringing. So it's here. This way, when I lift the pedal up, I still got all that sound. So I'm just adding it on that one measure. This way, I got all the sound in the left hand, and I hear the phrase in the right hand. There, in the third line down, the last two measures. See, all I get is this note. I would like to have all those other notes in the left hand. Well, then I got to finger pedal them or I lose them. See, I just hold them down for that one measure, and then here, I can connect. I use fourth finger on that note if I need to. So as I said, I'm complicating this, but if you're really getting this and you might want to try this out, go for it. If you're struggling here, forget all this. So something like that. You experiment with the different sounds you can get. Be picky is what I'm saying, or trying to say. I know it makes it harder, but you'll be a better musician for it. There's a retard there at the very end. Actually, I think the retard belongs at the beginning of the measure. There just isn't room to put it there. So go ahead and start slowing down. 1, 2, 3, 1. Slow down immediately. And the fermata, you just hang on to that for a little while and let the sound die away. Now, if you're really, truly super soft here, you can actually just wait for the sound to die away. And when it's done, then you can lift the pedal and the hands together. But another way of doing it at the end, when you want it to die away, here is lift the pedal right before you lift the fingers. Because that makes the overtones go away and then the notes go away. It's just another way of decrescendoing, but you have to listen carefully, otherwise it just sounds weird. There's more we can do. I want to say that for later. That's good enough for now. Let's play this together slowly. Well, it's kind of slow anyway. I'm not going to do any dynamics, but let's just check notes and rhythms. We are going to do the repeat, and I'm going to do the right hand going up an octave on the repeat too. So I'll give us 3 counts. 1, ready, go. Repeat. Hold, 2, 3, off.